I'm Lou.
I'm Zach, and this is the Chubby Hut Show.
What up, y'all? This is the Chubby Hut Show, episode what, 10? 11. So, we're here with Primordial
Atrocity.
Primordial Atrocity.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's a local band.
It's a local band here in Washington. They had a show last night. How was that?
It was good.
Fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Super good, man.
Cool. Late night?
It's always a late night.
Oh, man.
The morning comes too quick.
Well, it's noon, so we gave you guys some time to recover, right? So, you guys can come out here tonight.
Yeah.
Or today. So, check this out. We've been doing this weight loss thing between me and Zach, and we weigh in every 2 weeks. This guy lost today. So, let's pull that punishment. Let's get that over with.
Let's get this over with.
And then we got witnesses here for what you've done. So you can't fucking back out of it.
He loses for not losing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I see.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
What is it?
I get to eat a doggy treat.
Oh, I get to pick the treat though.
Okay.
It's not that bad.
It's better than getting tased.
Yeah. That's like counterproductive for the weight loss.
I know.
It's probably high in calories.
How many carbs are there?
I don't know. Maybe it's a lower diet.
Yeah. Diet
It's a
dog.
diet treat.
I'll make sure it's organic.
All right. We'll move past that now.
Oh shit, man. So, let's talk about you guys though, man, because that's why we're here.
Yeah.
So, who's the lead singer?
That would be me.
Okay, cool.
My name is Jake. Shit, man. Been in this band since the very beginning. Back in
Nice.
2015 when me and this guy started this shit. Been a long road. Lots of member changes and stuff like that, but we're starting to get some shit going now, man. I'm pretty happy with it.
When did you guys come on in to the band?
I came in within the last 2.5 years, and then Krishna's been in the band for a year now.
Yeah, I started
Yeah.
March of last year. Yes, I'm the most recent member.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they just brought you into the mix.
Yeah, yeah.
How's he doing?
Put us on the spot, man.
Yeah, how the fuck am I doing?
We're going to do a peer evaluation now.
Do you need to find another drummer? Or
Oh, shit.
Yeah, if you know anybody.
Damn, Christian, I don't think you're doing that great,
I don't
bud.
know, man. I thought I was doing alright.
He's all right, man. He's all right.
Shit.
I think I speak for all of us when I say that it was pretty obvious, pretty quick that we wanted to play with this guy. He showed up and just killed it immediately.
How did that happen? Like, how'd you guys meet up?
There's this music store in Olympia called Music 6000, and in the front of it, there was a table and it had a book, and everyone just put their name down, information, so I just wrote down Krishna. I play the drums for whatever genre, and I wrote my number down, and I did that fucking in 2018. I did that a long time ago, and just randomly in 2020, I was at work, and I get a phone call, and the caller ID showed up. It was Sean Hawkins, and I was talking to my boss, and I was like, who the fuck is Sean Hawkins? And so I pick up, and this girly voice, and I was kidding. And he was just like, hey man, saw your shit, you want to come out and play? We play death metal, and I was like, oh shit. I asked my boss, I was like, you think I should go? And she's like, yeah, pretty cool. So I said yes, and then after I confirmed with him, my boss is like, so where are they going to be at? And I was like, just meet them at their storage unit. She's like, what if they fucking kill you? I was like, oh shit, dude. So now the whole time I'm driving over there, I'm like, this is my last day.
They're gonna harvest your organs?
Yeah, exactly. Sell it to fucking the cartel. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much how it was, man. They had me play, what did I play?
You just jammed with us, man. You just
Okay.
listened to the material on the spot. We sent
Yeah.
you the EP, listened to that a little bit, but we just jammed.
We also had him do that song that we had written for the album that we had been
Yeah,
working
you
on.
learned a
Oh,
song
yeah.
in one session, dude.
That's right.
That
Yeah,
was
was
really
it
cool.
Parasitic Amalgamation?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's still.
So he's the lead singer, you're the drummer.
We play
We're
guitar.
guitarists.
Guitarist.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How'd you come into the mix?
Jake hit me up. I played in a couple local bands that played with Primordial around when they started. And I was out of music for a while, and I wasn't doing much, and Jake hit me up. He's like, hey, man, I don't know if you play this kind of genre, but would you be interested in something like this? And I was like, yeah. And I learned half of their original EP in a week, and then I jammed with them, and then it was pretty much good from there. I just kept showing up, and then got into the band. So
it was pretty solid as well when he joined. It was like me and Ben were talking like, well, he learned everything before we even met him, really. So I mean, we had met him before, but since we had discussed bringing him in, so that was a big sign of commitment and what we were looking for.
By ear too, if I remember
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I
No
just
doubt.
listened to it and just picked it out.
See, so he did his homework. You just went in there not knowing.
I just went in. yeah. I was like, doesn't make sense. I learned anything if they're gonna fucking chop my head off.
Good thing he made the cut. You know, he might have lost a kidney or something.
Yeah, right. Playing my ass off that day. I was like, don't kill me, guys.
So on that paper, what you guys went and just found it on that in that place, like after 2 years?
Sean
Yeah,
did,
so Music 6000's like my local music store. They have this phone book encyclopedia of musicians, and I was cold calling like every page of drummers. There was like 4 pages, and I called a bunch of dudes, and Krishna was the only one that picked up.
Damn, so y'all
And-
fucked up.
Yeah. And
They were shit on us.
yeah, it was cool, man. Fucking, it was really funny though, because like we had some like pretty shitty drummers, right? And like Krishna pulls up, and I just thought he was gonna sound like shit, dude. Like no,
Oh,
no
damn.
lie. I started getting like kind of frustrated because like he set his drums up all weird, and I was like, dude, fuck. He's like, what is this? And then he just slays it, dude. And it was so funny. I was so happy. I was cheesing the whole time.
He was the one that comes in and everything's falling and shit.
Yeah.
He looks so fucking lost, and you guys are like,
Yeah.
He
fuck.
showed up wearing fucking loafers and a gold
Yeah,
chain
dude.
around his
He was
Oh,
like-
was that right after
It was in his
work?
work clothes.
Oh, yeah, dude. It was
With
right
his
after
fucking
work.
pants up to here.
Oh yeah, tucked in, looking like fucking sailor from the
Is that how
40s.
you showed up to a fucking?
That's
That's
right
right
after
fucking.
I thought he was gonna kill us.
You could have been the one that killed them.
I had to look intimidating. I was like, oh shit, dude, I'm gonna get my organs harvested. Oh,
That's funny.
I can't believe you showed up in work clothes to a fucking death metal fucking
Yeah.
audition.
Now this dude shows
I
up to
did-
the unit in suits all the
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
Yeah.
he
And
comes
matter of
right
fact,
after
when
work.
when me and him first met, he had the same
Similar
like
experience.
similar experience. Yeah, he's like, "What the fuck?" I showed up. Back then, I was working as a carpenter, and so I was like scrubby all the time. Had like Romeos on and like work pants on. I think you know,
Cargo
like, what the fuck?
pants and like non-death metal t-shirt, Romeos. I mean, I was judging a book by its cover. I didn't want to read that book.
And then you heard him playing.
And then he started playing. Even when he pulled out his guitar, I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool looking guitar. You know, I love Slipknot. I recognize that guitar. Here we go again. You know, another guy who's going to be like, oh, I played death metal, and it's not death metal.
New metal.
Yeah.
No, and then he started freaking playing, and his picking accuracy and those chugs and everything were exactly what I was looking for, man. I just wanted something to be able to get upset about musically, you know, in a good way.
So you started this all on your own?
Not really. I mean, I feel like the real origin of the band started once I met Ben,
Okay.
because I actually was contacted by another friend of mine. I live down in Chehalis, and a friend reached out to me, and he said, hey man, some guy just moved to town, and I ran into him out at the skate park or something, and he said he was trying to start a band. He said death metal, and he plays like psychedelic stuff, and so he turned him on to me. And I got in contact with this kid named Colt, and we met up with him, and he actually had like a stable in his barn at his parents' house that we converted into our jam space.
Nice.
And it was kind of cool jamming in a horse stable, but I was living with the drummer from my previous band at the time, and I brought him along, so it was drummer and vocalist. And then Colt said, hey, I met some guy on Craigslist. Yet again, I'm going to get stabbed with a shotgun.
This is how bands come together, man.
You know what I'm
Fucking
saying?
Craigslist.
Yeah.
And that's where I met Ben. I brought my drummer, and I met with Colt and Ben the same day. And I looked at Colt, and I was like, okay, this guy looks like he likes this stuff, you know. I get that vibe from him. And then I didn't feel that way with Ben, but it would come to turn out that we actually would separate from that guy after a little while. And then Ben and I moved forward with his nephew.
Yeah.
His nephew, Danny. He was in the band for a few years, but yeah, man, that was kind of the startup of everything. Ben and I together came up with the name with Danny, and Jake was also there, but Ben actually had Primordial Sacrifice and Atrocity by itself. And Atrocity was already taken. It was a pretty known band as well, so we're not going to really do that, but then we just mashed together Primordial Atrocity, and that's kind of where we came from.
Sick name. I like them. I seen the hoodies.
Fuck
Those
yeah.
are dope. I need to get one of those.
Shit, man, we need to print some more. We got to get some of our merch going right now. We're getting a little low on our stock.
Yeah, you guys are doing a lot of shows, man. He's always telling me like, oh, we got a show this
Yeah.
night, we got a show
Yeah.
that night. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
For sure, man.
It's just
Staying
putting
busy.
yourselves out there, right? And
Definitely.
you guys got a
Exposure's
fan
key.
base right now too.
I think shows is the easy part, though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, especially if you've been a band for several years, which we have now, it's pretty easy to get a show. The hard part is, like, doing the recording and, like, you know, making sure all the gear is intact and on point and, like, music videos, like, all that promotional stuff, right? That's the stuff that takes a little more work, I think. I feel like. What do you guys think?
Yeah, because you just show up
I
to a show
get
and
it,
just
dude.
go.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
shows where the passion comes out, you know, where we get to just
Yeah.
let loose and play.
Yeah.
The recording aspect is the hard one, right? Like getting there and getting that recording
I think so,
done
yeah.
And making and then writing the music.
Finding the right person to do it,
Yeah.
mixing
Yeah.
and mastering, like there's so many elements to it that people don't really think about until you actually go through that process and you're like, oh shit, this is a lot of work. And
Especially with death metal, you got to be more like, it can't be like, you know, like in the studios, they
Yeah.
want to correct every sound, right?
yeah,
And they want to make it kind of blend.
yeah,
But with death metal, it's raw, it's what it is.
All over the place.
Yeah, so there's not too much mixing with that. So you just got to find that right
For sure.
audio guy to
We
understand your
basically,
sound.
we know we have this statue, but it's still encased in the rest of the marble. We got to give it to somebody and be like, hey, cut this statue out for us. It's there, you know? Like,
Yeah.
we have this sound and everything, but they can very easily make it sound terrible or bring out the qualities in it that make it sound good. And for us, we're a very raw band. We rely on just being, you know, raw. We like to get out there and be loud and in your face and emotional about our playing in a weird way, but we need somebody who can translate that on a record where you're not seeing us, but you can still feel it through the audio experience.
There you go. So any sound engineers looking for somebody, you got your
You guys
band
can
here.
cut out statues.
Get your marble here.
Shit's
How about music videos? So you guys haven't really done anything like that?
not yet.
not yet.
No,
yet.
I would love to.
Yeah.
We need a solid recording first, though.
How about like just while you guys are performing, just show one of the music videos while you guys are performing?
I think we have kind of entertained the idea of having maybe something going on, like on a screen behind us or something while we're playing. But I don't know. Like you said, we have to get recorded and everything and get those solid mixes out before we can really make any videos for anything. But that'll be, you know, regular videos where you can see us, videos like with lyrics and just the art of the band and stuff like that. But kind of like he said, those are the next steps that we really got to focus on and kind of like make sure we're going the right direction with. Because playing and stuff is the fun part for sure. But we got to make sure that we get our vision out there properly.
Are you guys on any like major platforms right now?
I think so. I mean,
Like your music?
Bandcamp and YouTube.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess we're not. Yeah, Spotify.
I
is
mean,
like
YouTube's
the-
considered a major one, but
I'm a YouTube guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I have YouTube Premium. That's all I do.
he does all that crap. That's all him.
We've dabbled with TikTok,
We have.
Okay.
and I say you guys create an account and just fucking post
Get-
some
get
shit there.
1,000
There's a lot of,
followers,
yeah.
I have my own account I've done a couple things with, and shit, 500-600 people watch your video pretty quick. It's like, damn,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's a good place to like put yourselves out there
Yeah.
and
Cool.
get that fan base. But if there's any video guys that do music videos, audio engineers,
Yeah.
hit us up on the Chubby Hut Show. We'll give you guys their contact.
Right
yeah,
on,
man.
man.
Thanks for
Yeah.
that plug.
Cause I know it's hard, man, especially with the studio thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest part. Like you said, doing the shows is you guys make the music, you guys got it down.
Yeah.
It's just the recording part of it.
And sometimes you run into people who claim to be, you know,
Oh, you're gonna run
Good.
into a lot of that.
and you
Yeah.
there's really most times it's hard to find out unless you actually work with them, and they're like, okay, this.
And then they don't know what
It's
they're
not
doing.
working
Like
out,
Krishna
yeah.
rolls up in loafers.
Yeah.
Drops and shakes. Oh shit, my bad.
This guy's gonna be like, I thought you guys played the piano and violin.
Yeah. And we also like we have a real specific sound too. So if we don't have anybody that can hone in on that, then it's not gonna.
Yeah.
We're not gonna achieve what we want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we want to release something like super quality. So like the bands we listen to and the bands that influence our band, we want to release shit that's like on par with their stuff. So like
What
we're-
influence
Oh,
is
I'm
your
glad,
band?
I'm glad
Yeah.
you said that though. Like, what bands influenced you guys to do this?
I don't know.
We
if-
all have probably our own list.
I think for me going into the band, it was 100% the band Through the Eyes of the Dead. When I'm like creating riffs or thinking about Primordial, I just channel that sound as much as I can because when I think about them, I think about this band a lot and what I want to like transform and take further and like yeah.
That band is fucking wicked, man. They're
Yeah,
very,
hell
very
yeah.
chunky and very melodic and shit at times. So it's very evident. If you were to listen to him, you could definitely hear some of that in the riffs he wrote for sure.
Oh, okay, cool. So you guys all take a little part in writing the music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the big thing about this band, man, is I've only been in a couple bands, but this one has been completely unique to the fact that almost every aspect of writing is completely like a group effort.
Mhm.
You know, even though Krishna is the drummer and he's writing drums, if you hang out long enough, you will hear me tell him what the fuck to do and be like, hey, try this, you know, play this, and then he'll get it, and it'll be hard, and I'll be like, okay, now add this in there, and you know, it's cool
Fucking
because
demanding is what he is.
yeah, I am definitely demanding, but it's not only because I know he's capable, but he also will do it, and he'll say if it's good or not, and these guys will be honest too. And sometimes it's sick, other times it's like, you know, shut up and pick up your microphone, you know, like sometimes it helps.
That's one of the cool things about like creating with these dudes is we all can like play our instruments, but like a lot of us have these ideas, and like I can't play drums, but if I mouth something out to Krishna or tell him an idea, he can make it come to life. And like same with Jake, if he asks like Ben or I to like play a melody, he'll like sing it with his voice, and we'll figure it out on guitar and make that come to life. So like we value like each other's like ideas and stuff like that, and it's that's the thing. It's really easy to create with these dudes, but we just really need that recording.
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
biggest
we just
thing,
got to find that because we can create music all day.
Yeah,
for sure.
Fuck, we could jam for hours.
Yeah.
Do you guys like try to talk to people like at the shows to see if there's like what other bands are doing where they're recording? Do they record somewhere? Is it?
Yeah, that's the best place to network. Jake's been getting good at. So like we've been looking for a bassist. Oh, by the way, we need a bassist.
There's only 4 of us.
Yeah, I was about to ask you guys. I'm like, wait, you got 2 guitarists, a drummer, and a singer. Where's the bass?
But he's been getting pretty good at like plugging that point that like, hey, if you play bass or you know a bassist, he's been doing that from the stage. So that was a pretty good idea. And you know, every now and then we'll get somebody that's interested, like, hey, I play bass.
Yeah.
And so
Last couple shows, there's been at least one person who wanted to talk to us about that. So.
That's cool.
And then there's people that are like, hey, I want to record you, or you know, that's happened a few times too. So yeah, opportunities and networking is shows are a great spot for that.
That's a strong suit of this band too, as I think we're all pretty like-minded in the fact of how we want to be represented to the public and to these people we're networking with. We want people to look beyond like, oh yeah, that was that really cool band. We want them to also think like, these guys showed up on time, they responded to us every time we had a question, they sold their tickets, they didn't leave a mess, you know. I want to create a reputation with this band that's like, you know, if you're going to go get a new car, what dealer are you going to? I'm going to that one because they always take care of shit and they got good deals and they care about their customers. It's the same kind of thing with death metal in a way. Like, if you treat your people with respect, the people that record you and that make you sound good at your shows, and even the people just working, like the people at the bars and shit, I always try to mention, like, hey, you know, tip those guys. Be nice to them, you know? And those kind of things go a long way. I think that we all have the same understanding that we want this band to be represented in a light of such, you know, where people think of us like, fuck yeah, those guys are really cool, and they always treat everybody well.
Yeah, and with your fan base, they're real loyal, right? Like death metal is like, you know, it's like it's not even like a genre, it's more like a religion, right?
Yeah, it's a culture, absolutely.
It's a definite culture, yeah. It's like people, you know,
it does get that way.
Right? You went freaking, let's form a cult.
Yeah, not that it's a cult, but it's like, you know, like if you're following that, right, you're following it like 100%.
Yeah.
100%. There's even subgroups of fans of these bands, like, I mean, Slipknot has the maggots, right? And that's anybody who loves the band enough to identify as with this group, you know, and that kind of shit just starts out of the woodworks with some fan who loves the band enough. And that kind of shit you don't see too much in other subcultures, you know.
Yeah, you don't.
Like soccer fans and baseball fans, it's like you get some buddies who like the same teams, and that shit can be pretty tight, but it's like this music thing just takes a whole nother level sometimes. It's weird, but I love it. It makes me feel close with like everybody I play with, and you know, people I haven't even met I feel close with just because of how much content I watch of theirs and shit like that. But it's very deep, like you said. It's damn near religious sometimes.
Yeah, man, it's religious. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened in the show, though? Like, for you guys?
I attacked a child once, but...
Wow.
I mean, I didn't...
Do not sponsor it.
No child violence.
Jake's out of the
So,
way.
Jake, you gotta tell us what happened.
Warning, disclaimer. No. I didn't realize how old the kid was. I figured he was, come on, give me a break here.
Edit this part out.
I swear it's not as bad as it sounds.
Sounds pretty bad. Yeah, dude. I mean, to start off with, I hit a kid once. So,
It's
I would
just
say
getting worse.
I more threw him across the room. I didn't hit him.
Across the room.
It was a big room too, but check it out. So this person was highly intoxicated. So I thought to myself, well, he's probably not 21, but he's old enough to be drunk, right? And he kept getting up on the stage. Now, before the show, I had had a couple experiences where he walked up and took my hat off my head.
oh man.
And in my head, I'm like,
I
don't know
remember who you're
don't
talking
touch
about.
my hat, you know? Who are you? Get away from me. That's my purse, you know?
Yeah.
And I took it and I said, whatever, he's just here to have a good time, he's a little drunk. And then we start playing and this kid gets up on the stage and starts fumbling on his pedals and Jonah's pedals, our other guitar player at the time, and now he's becoming a problem. And I'm like trying to get him off the stage calmly. As I'm screaming, I'm like, come on, let's go the fuck away, please. And he just didn't respond to it, and at one point he charged back towards the stage. And I was working at a job where I had to use my weight and hurl large bins full of dirt and plants very often. And, you know, I'm not very big, so I'd use my weight on that shit. Well, I did the same thing to that kid. He ran at me, and I grabbed him, and I fell backwards and just hucked him around with his sweatshirt and threw him back into the crowd. And he kind of, like, tussled and got back up and actually started coming back. But that's when the crowd just kind of grabbed him. And shout out to Robbie Crisp.
Yeah,
He literally just... a hand. Right
Dude,
out.
Robbie's the regulator, man.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah.
If I remember right, that's the same kid that like ended up with like a bloody old nose and face on that night. Yeah, okay.
Thanks.
I remember.
I felt bad. Somebody told me eventually, like, dude, that kid's like 15. I was like, well, you know, like, be careful.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you shouldn't be one
Shouldn't be
intoxicated,
drinking.
man.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
And jumping on a stage.
Yeah.
So I can remember this happening, but I don't think it didn't happen to our band. But we played the show, I believe. But one of our fellow bands that we've known for years, one of the vocalists was playing, and this chick was also. It always happens with somebody drunk, right? This chick was just belligerently drunk, and like he was down in kind of off the stage in the crowd singing, and this chick just punched him right in the face. He's like,
that.
what the fuck? Like, everybody else kind of also intervened. Like, everybody's like, yo, you're way too drunk.
She was
Get
like,
out
get
of
the
here.
fuck off of me.
Yeah, it
It was
was.
like, dude, what? We were playing a show, you just punched him.
She was feeling the music, man. She was
guess,
fucking,
yeah,
you know,
I guess.
Bam.
She
Yeah.
thought he was talking to her the whole time.
Yeah, I guess so. It's not personal, lady. I didn't know you knew what we were saying.
Why are you screaming at me?
Don't yell at me.
Yeah, stop yelling at me. Some childhood traumas right there, man.
Yeah,
Straight
right.
up.
It triggered her, man.
Yeah, I remember that, though, yeah.
Oh,
One thing that was really cool last night is we had like this blind guy show up to the show, and
yeah.
he was going hard
Dude.
for our set.
Straight swinging his.
It was cool. I'd never seen.
fucking doing it.
I did. No, he was chill. I'd never seen a blind man like at a death metal show because like there's a mosh pit, man. There's like shit going down, and
Yeah.
he was
Rob
enjoying
Rubin.
himself. It was cool.
He had
Yeah.
a great time.
That was
man.
really cool.
That's freaking sick.
It was cool.
Right.
I mean, and people are respectful, right? I mean, like you can tell. I mean, he has his cane and everything. So
Oh, yeah,
like,
he's chilling.
people aren't gonna go up to him and start like push him into the.
Yeah.
You know? He was awesome.
You know what would have been crazy if he just fucking knew where the mosh pit was
And
and
then
just
he
jumped
jumped
in there.
He's like swinging bows and shit.
There was a guy on one of those scooters with a boot on, you know, where they put their leg up and
Dude,
ride
oh,
around
no
the scooter.
shit.
Yeah.
He was going around the mosh pit.
Just spinning around,
Circle
circle
pit.
people with his cast.
Yeah.
Doing
Yeah.
donuts around the mom.
Yeah. He
He's
was
got some
cool,
moss
man.
on it.
Any crazy thing with you in the band lately? You've seen nothing?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I'm hoping something crazy happens.
Just wait, dude.
I feel like the only thing crazy with you is all the poops you have to take before you play.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey,
all of them.
let's talk about that.
Okay, anybody who knows me knows that I have like regular bowel movements, alright? So like my anxiety kicks in the day of a show. I can't eat anything, alright? And
Whatever, man. You're like, dude, I just had 2 coffees.
dude, well that was the thing, right? So Thursday I was at work and I was fucking sleepy, man, so I had 2 coffees and I was like, alright, that was probably a terrible idea. And then for lunch, I had like half a burrito, and I was like, "This is a fucking terrible idea." But surprisingly, I went home, passed all of it out, and then I played the show. But yesterday, oh man, I was like,
So what's his ritual? So he goes to the restroom for an hour, and then you guys don't see him till the
He kind of has a shy colon, dude. Like,
Yeah.
we were at this restaurant, and he just darted to the bathroom. I knew what was going on, and he came back like within seconds, and I was like, dude, like, shy colon?
yeah,
False alarm, dude.
False alarm, yeah.
false alarm, yeah. No, but then when we got to the venue, I was like, oh, now it's here. I walked a little bit and it came down.
Dude, yeah. It's always awkward when you hear like 14 people right outside the door and a couple people walk by and jiggle the door handle.
Yeah.
Jiggle that shit out.
Dude,
I think
it
it takes
was-
too fucking long.
It was funny because when we were getting food before that, I went to the bathroom because I thought, oh, it was time. And then, so I went in the bathroom, and then the one stall, it didn't have a door, it had a curtain, right? And I was like about to just go in there, but I don't know why I thought to look, and I could see shoes underneath. And I was like, no way am I going to take a shit here, man, because, like, nobody's going to think to look, and then they're going to see me fully exposed, you know?
Fully exposed.
It's like
to
on your
elements.
phone.
Yeah, you know?
That's your most vulnerable
Exactly,
moment.
dude. That's-
Then he gets on stage and the guy in the crowd's like, I just saw him naked.
I saw him, dude. Krishna can't. He loses concentration.
Yeah,
and
all I
shit.
can think about is the fact that how bad
He falls in.
Yeah.
What do you guys do when you guys make a mistake on stage? Like, how do you guys like?
The show must go on.
So
Yeah.
So okay,
Can't
like
stop.
fucking. I'm notorious for dropping a stick, but I have a cymbal, not a cymbal bag, a stick bag, right on one of my floor toms. So if I drop a stick, I just fucking pick it up. I always have like 8 of them in there because I never know how many I'm actually gonna drop.
Yeah, I think the only time we ever stopped playing wasn't because of a mistake. Like, this girl in the crowd, like,
Oh yeah.
just totally destroyed her knee. Like, she got shoved in such a way, and her knee just like gave out, and she was like on the ground, just like screaming and shit.
Yeah.
And Jake, we kept playing, but Jake was like, cut it off, and we stopped playing. That was the only time we ever like stopped.
Yeah.
We don't want nobody to get hurt.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, fuck somebody up, murder people, cause violence, hurt the people next to you. And then
Not so
somebody gets
much.
hurt.
It's
Not
like,
so
oh,
much
dude,
at that
yeah.
show. That was a heavy metal knitting competition, and there was
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
all ages.
The
from
demographic was like 60 to 90 more.
straight.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
We were playing a show.
That was the first
heavy
show.
metal, fucking death metal at a retirement home.
That
Yeah.
was the first show I ever played with them.
Oh,
It was
Yeah, yeah.
They marketed it as
You're like,
heavy
damn, I
metal-
made it.
Yeah, exactly. What's the
This
place
is
called? Is it like
It's the Olympia Yarn Shop. The,
Yeah.
The old-
we got an interview with Thurston Talk, like through the newspaper or whatever, and these old ladies like saw it, like they saw our interview and they hit us up, and we played this show, and these ladies had like all these people knitting, like actually competing, and they would get on stage while we were playing, and they would knit, like performing, dude. They were like headbanging, knitting
Really?
Yeah.
on the stage, and like there was just like old ladies knitting in the crowd, and that was our first show like with this lineup.
Yeah.
Are you guys ever gonna do that again? Because I'm interested in going.
I would love to do
Dude,
that.
this,
Yeah.
I mean,
Have us back.
Yeah.
Please have us
They
back.
said they were gonna have another one, so
yeah,
Yeah.
that was their first.
that was in
like,
October.
Yeah, that
The
was
only
their,
other
that was
one
their first thing.
that was really known of was one in like Finland or something like that, where they had a bunch of bands play and they did a heavy metal knitting, and we wanted to have the first one here in Olympia, so we got to be a part of that, and that was fucking cool, man. There was
Yeah.
literally ladies that looked like your grandma out in the crowd taking their crocheting needles, going.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, that was sick.
Yeah,
that was
I'm
so
talking
That's
sick.
fucking cool. man.
Right there, you know.
The lady that put on the event was super hyped on us, actually.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Huge
She was
supporter,
like-
and she was headbanging with everybody, too.
She tried to even do some growls.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I tried to do some growls in my car, but it hurt my throat. That's so funny. Yeah,
It's
she
really
was
cool, man. Like you kind of have this expectation. Like, I mean, even my grandma, she's known me my whole life, obviously, and I still try to be careful with how much exposure I give her to the dark and macabre side of death metal. But these people looked at us as if we were just sunshine and rainbows. They didn't care about what we sounded like or the scary pictures on our shirts or anything. They treated us like family, and it was really cool, man.
They
was cool.
Yeah, they cared about us, man. They gave us a little remember the treats they gave us?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
brought us
they
a
fed us
platter.
well. There was a
Yeah.
taco truck. We got to order whatever
That's
we
right.
wanted.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome.
It was
man.
They even made us a tip jar that we use to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
we
has
still
our
use it.
logo.
Oh,
and it
that's
says, "Yay,
freaking
tips."
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was very cool, man.
That's freaking cool, man.
Yeah, if it's a weird event like that, we're usually in. Like
Yeah.
if it,
Yeah.
The weirder the better. I think.
Yeah.
The older the retirement home.
Hey, retirement home's looking for death metal.
Yeah.
Dinner's at 5 o'clock.
Tell your
It's
grandma.
gotta be an early show, probably.
Yeah.
Probably more like 4:30 or something.
Yeah, dude.
Play a brunch show.
Oh man,
Hell yeah.
that's cool, man. Well, you guys are freaking awesome, man.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna have to go check out one of your shows.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, you
for
gotta
sure.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely gotta do that.
That'd be
But
cool.
I'm in on the nitty.
But are you gonna be one of the people that said like, or that say like, yeah, that's cool. I definitely am gonna come out to a show.
No,
and then
we're
a year
coming
goes
out.
by,
We're
you never
coming
come
out.
out to a
We're
show.
we're coming out on
out.
your next show.
Called
Yeah.
out
Okay,
on
okay.
camera.
Yeah, it's on
You
camera
can
now.
call us out. We'll even post that shit.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah,
Chubby
yeah,
Hut
yeah.
will be there.
Yeah, the Chubby Hut Show will be at the next show.
Heck
for
yeah.
sure, yeah.
The next
Shit,
show
man.
is June 7th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one is in Seattle, and then we have another one in Kelso, and then we do a lot more around Tacoma, and I think pretty soon I want to try to book one or two around Lacey and Olympia, just because we haven't really played.
We haven't
many
played
in
a
our-
local
our
show
home
in a
area,
while.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to book one myself and like reach out to a few bands that I've been wanting to play with and stuff. So
You want to plug? Plug now, bro.
shit, man. I mean, they already know I want to play a show with Born Without Blood, Jesus, our boy. That fucking band is sick as fuck, and they're from Seattle. We haven't got to play a show with them because they almost always play the day before or after us at the same venue, I swear. It's been happening like that.
Yeah.
So there's a couple other groups I want to hit up for sure, but my mind's kind of racing right now. I'm not sure if I'd be able to remember them all, but
How about any upcoming shows you guys got going on? You wanna?
my friend, I got some shows here.
Yeah, he's got it.
While he
Got
looks,
my notepad here.
while he looks, let's give him some time to look that up. There, you got it?
Yeah, I got
Oh
it.
shit! Okay, he's ready.
So, we have our next show that's going to be June 7th in Seattle at Club Sir Rocks with Jungle Rot. They are one of the OGs of death metal. They've been around longer than I've been alive, I'm pretty sure. And I'm super excited to play with them. They're coming around with Internal Bleeding, another really brutal old school band that's been around for years and years. And then we're also playing with another local band called Excrescence. They're super duper brutal, and I don't know if I'll be able to pick out a single word from their set because their vocals are very, very guttural and deep. Pretty excited for that. So that one's super sick. I actually even have these right here. Tickets,
Oh,
pre-sales. Get yours right now. Save a few dollars for the show. We can get in touch and meet up with you guys anywhere, really, and get you your pre-sales so that you can save a few bucks and help support your local buddies.
When is that?
That is June 7th.
So how
in
many
Seattle.
tickets do we need?
Oh.
It's only two, me.
All right,
and
let's
you,
give us two now, bud.
Well,
Two
That's
tickets.
I
two
mean,
sold.
you guys are
Oh.
gonna try to invite people too, then, right? That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might
Oh.
need some more, man. Oh, that's commitment. I love
Yeah,
that.
dude. You try to put me on the
Saying.
spot.
Yeah,
Fuck around.
man. Commit.
Don't fuck around, bro.
Hell yeah, I love that.
Respect, man. That's what's up.
Just commit first, figure the rest of it out later, man.
That's a real thing, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, we're showing up. We're
That's
there.
cool, man.
We
We
got
love
the
to have
tickets, so
Got
it's done.
Hell, bring the tripod, man. We'll do a little episode out back in the alleyway.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're looking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
before the
straight up.
show, but he
Yeah,
might not
catch
be
up.
there because he's gonna be taking a shit.
Yeah, shit. We'll stick the camera in there for a minute. Ask some questions.
We'll ask him questions.
Do you wipe front to
we'll
back
do it
or
in the
back to
restroom.
front?
Mike under the curtain.
Yeah, I'm holding the mic over the fucking bathroom.
The
Christian, the next
acoustics are all
question's
off.
for you.
Oh man, that's terrible.
So,
I got a couple more to plug if you guys are
Yeah,
cool
go
with
for it.
that.
Go for it.
So after June 7th, we're going to be in Kelso. First time we've been in Kelso for a couple years now. We're playing at Erebus. It's a sick little venue that usually sounds pretty good. I remember them having good sound quality there. We're going to be playing with a band called Hangman's Park, and they actually have a new video for their song called Dismal Niche. Go check that out if you want to support another local band from Washington State. We're also going to be joined with Splintered Throne and Death Winds for that show as well. All new bands for me. And then next month, starting on July 16th, we're going to be in Bremerton at the Charleston with Unholy Crown, Two Libras, and Chronic Illness. I'm not sure. We might be headlining that show. I'm not sure if they're going to add some more or, maybe move some things around. Card subject to change. But after that, we're going to be back in Seattle at El Corazon with our Boise friends for the Boise and Bay Area West Coast Torture Tour featuring Barn, Brutalism, and our friends in Texas Ketamine. We're going to join them for that show, and then we're actually going to jump around 2 days later on the 27th and join them again at Real Art Tacoma with the same lineup. So come out and hang out with us, and that will be the next few shows that you can come and pick up some merch and catch some tunes.
Oh yeah.
That's cool, man.
Nice.
Well, thank you guys for coming, man. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
maybe we should plug our Instagram too. So
Right.
Instagram, give us a follow, subscribe.
Primordial
Share.
Atrocity Official.
There you go. And of course Facebook, and got some stuff on YouTube, some older stuff, but soon we'll have some new recordings out for you for your ear holes.
Oh, yeah.
You guys got an album coming out? You guys working on
We're
it?
working on an EP, yeah.
Nice.
It's a concept, yep.
It's fully written. We just gotta
Yeah.
record it.
Yep.
Yeah, like
that's
literally,
pretty good.
Good to go. It's
everything
good to go.
is completely
Yep.
like done for us on our end. We just have to record it.
Yeah.
Writing wise, we already moved on.
Writing, art, concept, story.
Yeah. But we have art for our next album and songs now. Like
So you guys just need a studio.
we're ready.
Yeah.
We just gotta find the
Oh,
producer.
man.
Yeah.
That's
This is
our
all
story.
information for the EP right here.
Yeah, yeah.
All
it was
these
like-
pages are lyrics and information for the storyline that will bleed into the next albums.
What's the storyline? Give them a quick storyline.
Might have a whole episode on that one.
Okay, so
In a nutshell, man, there's a lot to unpack here between good character, bad character. It's all up to the reader. Everybody has justifications for their good and bad doings. There's some terrible things like slavery and genocide and a lot of unfathomable cosmic horror type of things happening here. So be ready for some scary shit, basically.
Some
Yeah,
scary
that's-
shit that we made up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not
Entirely
real. It's not real.
yeah, it's not real.
The world's not coming to an end.
We can't be responsible for anything that happens after.
Fucking Nostradamus over here.
Disclaimer.
Oh shit.
Well, thank you guys for coming, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having us, guys.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey, fellow chubby buddies, if you want to become a follower, like and subscribe.